Hey guys, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. While World War III is breaking out, it might be nice to share some positive vibes with you and ideas, because we need more people with good ideas instead of more war and bombs. So that's what we did. Me and my best friend, we developed a total new way of farming. A climate change proof way of farming in which you don't depend on rain or a raining season. A way of farming in which we recycle the water for like 100%. And a way of farming in which we can grow fish and vegetables together and with much more yield than in the traditional way of farming. So why do we need this? Well, my best friend, his water is vanishing from his well. There's simply no water to farm. That's not only his problem, but it's the problem of millions of people in Africa. And if we are not going to solve this problem, we will have a huge food crisis. All these people will probably become climate refugees. To stop this problem, we developed this new way of farming. We have done this by applying three techniques like aquaponics, hydroponics, sandponics into one system. We did make this system affordable for the poorest people. So we removed the big expensive filter and we found a solution, a natural solution to replace your filter. How it works and why it is needed, you are going to see it all in this video.
It's for our life, you know.
This is my buddy Musa. 10 years ago, we made a kayak journey over River Gambia to the ocean. During this journey, we saw a lot of things that was going wrong, like bushfires, people chopping down the forest. Overfishing was already bad in that time, but now things got worse. So what changed? Groundwater levels are fading. Because of climate change, it's not raining that much anymore, and this well is completely empty.
I am Musaba, and here is our home. And then this is our well. Our well is getting very, very dry right now. Yeah, that's why even my wife cannot go to make a garden here because of the well is very dry. So that's why she go far away to make garden.
How far is it to your garden?
It's a long way,
Yeah.
It's far from here. It always take me 1 hour plus before I reach there. So it's so difficult for me. I'm having kids with me. You don't see the kids. So it's working with my kids up to the garden is so far from me. So look at our well. Our well is so deep.
Very deep. Yeah.
Very deep.
Very deep.
It's very deep. So
It's very deep, huh?
you want a solution for it.
They cannot do gardening here. If they have to do garden here because the garden has a lot of water, so the well cannot contain it. Really, so that's why she go far away to do gardening.
It's our life.
Yeah.
So I do everything here. I feel myself here, my babies, and also sheltering them, buying food for them. Everything is a gardening here. We are not living in a town. We are living in a village. So everything is for gardening.
12 meters deep, yeah.
It's not even much, huh?
Yeah, it's not even much. You see what we got? It's not even much, definitely. This is why we really need a solution.
There's another problem, and it's overfishing, massive overfishing from Chinese and European ships that are taking away all the fish. In 2008, when I first came there was a lot of fish, but now it's reduced to only baby fish. They are now catching the babies to eat something. We have been thinking of a solution. How can you tackle all these problems at once? How can you stop forest fires? How can you make the groundwater come back? How can you make sure that you can keep harvesting and farming in times of climate change, in times where you have no rain? How can you still produce fish with an empty ocean? All the answers are basically in farming.
A new way of farming.
We developed a total new way of farming. The problem with aquaponics is that you need an expensive filter. Aquaponics is basically growing fish and vegetables together. You have a tank where you have fish, you feed the fish, they shit in the water, so they fertilize the water, and that water is used to grow the plants. In the end of the system, you need a filter to get your harmful nitrates out of the water, otherwise your fish will die when you return the water to the system. So our challenge was to find a natural solution to replace our filter system. How do we replace that expensive filter? Well, that's actually not that difficult. We use a large sand field, which is called sandponics. So we have the water coming out of the fish tank. The water is pumped to the plants, and when the water is passing the plants, the water is going into a sand bed where it's going to feed another plants. Your beneficial bacteria that usually live in your filter system now live in your sand. So you can use the sand to replace your filter. We have basically connected aquaponics and sandponics into one system. So what are the benefits of this system? First, you can grow your food and harvest year round. You don't depend on a season. Second thing is that plants will grow much faster and grow bigger fruits because they have an unlimited supply of water and nutrients. The impact on local people will be huge, because can you imagine if you don't have to water your farm 3 times a day, carrying heavy buckets of water? That saves you a lot of time. As a farmer, it will change your life. It will be giving a massive input to the local economy. Can you imagine how many jobs this will create? Well, this new way of farming does not only create new jobs, it creates food security, it creates water security. We create possibilities. We make dreams come true for people in their own country. And that's the cool thing. With this new way of farming, we can really change things. We can boost the economy, massively, because you can grow so much food. Fish is becoming unaffordable for the poorest people. With this system, we can supply all these people so much fish. This is the way out. Now it's time to prove it. We didn't only make prototypes for this system. We made a small prototype and we made a community prototype, which is a larger prototype producing more fish and more vegetables. But we also designed the farm of the future, which means buildings that can withstand any natural disaster, a real climate change proof farm. We don't import any food, but still we are going to grow 20,000 fish. By making a BSF farm, we can generate so much maggots that we can feed all our fishes and also our chickens. We have a plant nursery and a fish nursery to make sure we have enough plants and fish to feed the system, but also to supply to other farmers that want to start with this system. In the center of the farm, we have a large sandponics field. And this field is fed by a small irrigation river that is going through the farm. With this field, we will be able to grow rice 4 times a year in just one field. On this farm, we have 2 big prototypes and 7 small prototypes that are used to experiment with different fish and different plants. To build our buildings, we use the earthback building technique. It's super sustainable and very cheap because the sand is right beneath your feet. So you might think this costs a lot to build. But actually aquaponics, sandponics, earthback building, all these techniques, they are really cheap. And for 60,000 euros we can develop a whole farm with 2 prototypes, 2 large prototypes, 7 small prototypes. We have a fish nursery, a plant nursery, we have a black soldier fly farm, we have a processing area where you can process all your foods, we have a security building, we have a biogas installation, we have everything we need to be totally independent and self-sufficient. With this farm, we want to inspire other poor farmers to change their way of farming into this. They can make good money if they change their way of farming. This reform project is not only the best tool to make Gambia independent of food, especially the import of rice, but it's also the best tool to fight illegal migration. This is a tool you can give people, the poorest people, to start a good business at home. The best tool to fight migration. A pretty complicated story just told in 10 minutes, but there's a lot more to tell, and that's why we want to refer you to our website, reformafrica.com. You can find everything there, from our prototypes, our designs, our background story, our videos, everything is there. But then we are left with the last issue, and that is money. because we have to start up an official foundation in order to gather funds. If we are not an official foundation, it's very hard or even impossible to get somewhere. So this is the first step. The next step is listing our land in the Gambia where we want to develop this project. That land has to be secure and has to be listed first. From there, if we have done these things, we can move on and we can continue finding funds and develop the project. And it would be amazing if you guys could help us with that, because together we can make big difference for this world. So please go to reformafrica.com, check out our website, check out all the information. Please help us with the crowdfunding. That would be amazing. Thank you very much, guys.